Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Janice, and it's story time. And our book today is called What's in a Tale, and it's sponsored by the National Geographic. Max the elephant and Mama Mirabelle found Bo the cheetah and Carla the zebra playing near the acacia tree. "We're trying to decide who has the coolest tail," said Carla. "My tail flies out behind me, all spotty and aerodynamic," Bo said. "Mine's long and flippy and stripy," said Carla proudly. "Those are great tails," Mama Mirabelle agreed. The three monkeys, Flip, Chip, and Kip, swung on a branch upside down. "Wow, their tails could hold on to stuff," said Max. He looked sadly back at his own tail. "Tails do interesting things," said Mama, "and that's something to celebrate. Let's give our tails a shake." Everyone was dancing and shaking, except Max. "What can your tail do, Max?" asked Carla. "Well, my tail is sort of gray and shortish," he replied, "and it has hair on the end." "Does it grab things?" Bo asked. "Not really," Max admitted. Max hung his head and walked slowly away. Later that day, Mama found him among some large trees. "Maxie, why are you hiding?" she asked kindly. "Everyone else has a great tail, but mine just sits there," he said. "Every tail is unique and great," replied Mama. "I have a movie I want you and your friends to see." "It's movie time." "Some animals use their tails to swim through the water," said Mama. "Wally the whale has a big tail that can take him thousands of miles." "Wow, that's a long way," Bo said. "Seahorses can grab onto plants with their tails," said Mama. "They're my favorite," Carla explained. "And spider monkeys use tails to play and move from tree to tree," said Mama. "Did you know that tails can also communicate?" she asked. "Tails talk?" Carla said. "Not really, but tails say what animals are feeling," explained Mama. "When the white-tailed deer swishes its tail, other deer know to look out for danger." "That tail is shaggy," said Bo. "Wolves wag their tails to tell other wolves they're friendly," Mama said. "And here's another fantastic tale." "Stop!" Max called out. "These movies aren't making me feel better." Mama found Max back in his hiding place. "Why the long trunk, Maxie?" asked Mama. "All those tails are cooler than mine," he answered. "Remember that each tail is terrific in its own way," Mama said. Max didn't budge. "Well, the best part is coming up. Will you come and join us?" "Okay," Max agreed reluctantly. The movie came back on, and Max got excited. "Hey, that's an elephant," he said. "Yep, with a tail that is as cute as a button," Mama answered. "That's it. My tail is just cute?" asked Max. "Well, that's not all. Do you see that swishing?" she said. "Those tails are the greatest fly frighteners this side of the Sahara. I don't get it, said Max. Your tail gets rid of bugs, Max, replied Mama. We don't want pesky, biting bugs fluttering around our backsides, do we? No, we don't, Max said firmly. Put it to the test, Max, said Mama. A fly came very close to Max's tail. With a big swish, he swatted the fly away. Wowie kazowie! Did you see that? Max asked excitedly. That bug won't be coming back here, said Bo. The best part about an elephant's tail is that it's perfect to hold on to, Mama said. Then Mama Mirabelle had a great idea. Hey, everybody, she called out. Get on our Congo line and shake that tail. Max proudly got behind Mama and grabbed on. The other animals joined in too. Max, do you know my very favorite thing about your tail? Mama Mirabelle asked. No, tell me, said Max. Mama smiled at her little elephant. It's attached to you, she said. And that's the end of our story. Boys and girls, I have a second book for you to listen to today. It's called If I Had a Tail by Karen Clemens Warwick. If I had a tail like a log afloat, a gray-green tail to help me swim, I would snap my tail like a cracking whip. I'd be an, can you take a guess what this might belong to? The tail might belong to who? An alligator. Did you guess that? Let's try this one. If I had a tail like a snuggly slipper, a beautiful bushy black and white tail, then I could scare a grizzly bear. I'd like to be a, what do you think that tail is connected to? What animal? A skunk. Did you get that one right? If I had a tail like a day-old pancake, a brown, scaly tail shaped like my bill, then I could duck down underwater. I'd be a, look at the tail. This one's a little bit harder. It's a platypus. If I had a tail like a green speckled whip, so brittle it breaks when grabbed by a hawk, then I'd scurry away to grow a new tail. I'd be a, can you imagine if an animal comes and eats or breaks off part of that tail, it regrows. So who do you think that tail belongs to? It's a lizard. I hope you guessed that one. If I had a tail that gripped like a hand, then I could go down a tree nose first or take a rest with my head hanging low. I'd be a, look at the tails. Who do you think that is connected to? It's a possum. I would have thought it was a monkey, but it's a possum. If I had a tail like a colorful fan with plumes that unfold to glitter and shimmer, sparkled with eyes watching you, watching me, I'd be a, look at all the eyes on this tail. It's a peacock. A peacock opens up its tail to attract other peacocks or it wants to scare a creature away. If I had a tail tough as armor, a wraparound tail with bumpy, sharp spines, then I'd tie up to coral as dinner drifts by. I'd be what do you think it might be? It's a seahorse. Now, you take a turn and imagine a tail. Just begin with these words. If I had a tail. Okay, I want you to look at the animals on this page, on the 2 pages here. And I'm going to say, if I had a tail, that when I walk it goes swish, swish, but when I'm happy it goes wag, wag. Which one of these animals do you think it might be that I'm talking about? There's the animal that I was talking about, a little dog. So you try coming up with something. It doesn't have to be one of these animals on the page, but you come up with, if I had a tail, little clue, and see if somebody in your family can guess who you are describing. Okay, thank you for joining me for that book. Okay, boys and girls, I have some crafts for you to try. I picked some animals from the 2 books that I just got done reading to you. The first animal I chose was a monkey. So what I would like you to do is to color the monkey. And then I have 2 leaves. I only have 1 here, but I have 2 in your packet. And I would like you to color both of the leaves. And I'll show you mine. Here's my monkey that I colored. And here are the 2 leaves that I colored. Now what we're going to do is I put a piece of rope in your packet. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to put the leaves on the rope. And the easiest way to do this is to fold down the stem. And then we're going around the rope. And then I'm going to take a little piece of tape and attach it in the back. And here you can see what it looks like in the back. And I'm going to do the other leaf. Again, I'm going to put it on one side of the rope, bend down the stem a little bit, get a piece of tape, and attach it in the back. And now we have 2 leaves on the rope, which is like a vine that the monkey flies from one tree to another on, or a branch. It could be a small branch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach the monkey with its tail. And there you go. You have a monkey hanging on a vine or a very thin branch. And now what you can do is you can attach this somewhere in your house, maybe on a board, like a cork board. You can put it at your window or find a special place in your room or in the house somewhere to hang up. Okay, that's the first craft. The next creature that I chose from the book was a peacock. And I'm going to show you, we have a paper plate, and on the paper plate, I would like you to put a circle in the middle of the plate. And now we're going to make the feathers. And the easiest way to do that is to start at one side and go all the way into the center. And then you can go all the way up here to the top. And you keep on drawing lines on the paper plate for the feathers. And I'm going to do it real quick here. Go all the way out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to color each feather a different color, or you can use just a few colors. And I'll show you mine. This is how I did mine. And I'm going to show you how to make the eyes. Remember they talked about all the eyes looking at you? Well, to do that, I have 3 steps for you to try. These are little white dots. The first step, you're going to put a circle there to start the eye, and then put a black dot in the middle, and then you can choose another color and color the rest of the dot with that color. And here you can see what the dots will look like. And then I want you to put the dots all over the place. Next, we're going to work on the body. Here's the body, and you have to add the eyes on the peacock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that on the bottom. I'm just going to put paste here on the bottom of the peacock body, and I'm going to put it down here at the bottom of the plate, so it'll look like this. Now you can put these dots on before you put the body on, or you can wait to see where the body's going to be because you don't want to hide any of those dots. So you might want to just wait till you get the body on first. The next part is at the top of the peacock, they have some feathers. And here's the piece that you're going to use for that. What I did was I colored the tips a little bit, and I'll show you. And then if you ask Mom or Dad to cut on the lines here, don't cut them off, don't cut these strips off, and just cut down here to where the line ends. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put paste on the bottom, right here on the bottom, and you're going to put that underneath the body at the head. And what I did was I folded these down a little bit so that you could see that the lines were cut and they look like feathers. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, I have this diamond-shaped beak, and at the top here, the little part, I'm going to bend that back, and that piece in the back, I'm going to put the glue on that and put it right below the eyes. And then his beak sticks out a little bit. So you have the feathers bent down, and you have the beak bent down. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put his feet on. And I have 2 of those for you. And we're just going to put it at the top of the straight part, just up here. And then we're going to add it at the bottom here. And there is your peacock. Okay, have fun doing that one. Okay, the next activity I have for you is a fun family activity to do together. And I have a sheet of animals that you might find on the farm. And I have a sheet of animals that you might find in the jungle, on a safari, or in the zoo. I'm going to talk about this one first. I cut on the line, on this line, to get a rectangle. Here, I did the jog, and it's going to look like this. And then after you cut out all the animals, you're going to take your glue stick, and you're going to go all the way around the rectangle. And you also have to go in the middle of the rectangle also. And then we're going to paste it on to the colored cardboard. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to ask Mom or Dad to cut on that line right down the middle, so you have a head and you have the tail. And here are my other animals that I cut off. Let me get these. So your animals are going to look like this. All of them have the head and the tail. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn them upside down. I'm only going to do 4 of the animals. And you mix them up. And then you lay them out. And it's a memory game. Can you find the head? If I pick one, oh, that's a tail. Now I have to go hunting. I can turn one other one over to see if it's the head of the horse. Oh, those 2 don't match. Let's see if I can find something else. So that was my turn, and now you have somebody else in your family try it. And I'm going to turn, they might turn over that one, and maybe they'll turn this one over. Oh, look at that. That goes together. So that person takes the animal and puts it in front of them, and then they get another turn. Let's see. They turn this one over. Oh, there's the dog. They have to try to find the back of the dog. That's not the back of the dog. So their turn is over. You keep the cards at the same place. Don't move them around. So now it's back to another person, or if it's just 2 of you, it's now your turn. And remember, there was the horses back here, and there's the head. So you keep on going until you find all of the matches. Now, I only did 4 animals, but you can do all of the farm animals. And then after you tried those, you might want to try all of these animals. And if you really want to be adventurous, you can put all of the animals out on the table. So have fun playing the memory game. Boys and girls, I do have the craft packets at the front desk at the library for you to pick up. And inside you will find all of the things that you need for the crafts. That's the monkey and the vine and the leaves, and also the peacock and the memory game. Also, I want to talk to you about our summer learning for 2021. Our reading program that we started on Monday, June the 7th. Here is a flyer that you can pick up, and inside it tells you all about the programs for the summer. There's a lot of special people coming to the library to put on a program for you, and it also describes all the other activities for the summer. There is a paper like this that you will get. And because you listen to this video, you may color in one of your squares for 20 minutes of reading that I read to you. Even though it's not 20 minutes, it's okay for you to color in one of the squares. Down at the bottom, there are activities. You have to do 1 per week. And down here, it says that you attended a library program online. And I gave you a program online, so you can go ahead and color in that activity down here. So that can be your one activity for one of your weeks. Okay, so please join us on the summer program, and I say thank you for joining me here today.